Hello everyone. So previous class we have discussed on development economics. Today we are learning about development and ethics. So before we go to development and ethics, we will understand what is ethics and then we will learn about development to ethics. So first we will discuss, we'll understand what is ethics, the concept of ethics. So, ethics means moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Ethics, as called moral philosophy, it is the discipline concerned with what is morally good and bad and morally right and wrong. So, here the term is also applied to any system or theory of moral values or principles. So, at its simplest, ethics is a system of moral principles. They affect how people make decisions and lead their values. So that is why ethics is concerned with what is good for individuals and society. Here we will discuss on 7 principles of ethics, that is non-malevolence, beneficence, health maximization, efficiency, respect for autonomy, justice and proportionality. So we will learn one by one. First one is non-malevolence, an obligation not to inflict harm on others, or stopping, for example we can say stopping a medication known to be harmful. Now beneficence, the quality or state of doing or producing good, which means it defend the right of others, or we can say prevent harm or rescue person in danger. Health maximization. So now here health maximization refers to that of the collective community or society. The principle underpins the spirit of public health issues or ethics. Efficiency. Now what is efficiency? Here efficiency is a concept arising out of and defended by normative arguments. Respect for autonomy. Now respect for autonomy implies acknowledging that autonomous agents are entitled to hold their own viewpoints and which are free to make choices and act voluntarily according to their values, beliefs and preferences. Justice. Now here justice is the most fundamental principle of ethics, we can say. One that has been widely accepted since it was first defined by Aristotle, which we know more than 2000 years ago, is the principle that equals, which should be treated equally and unequals unequally. Proportionality. The principle of proportionality here, which it states that responses should be proportional to the good that can be achieved and the harm that may be caused. So these are the basic principles of ethics. Next we will learn or know about the dilemmas. Ethics covers some dilemmas. How to live a good life, our rights and responsibilities, the language of right and wrong, moral decisions, what is good and bad. So here our concept of ethics have been derived from religions, philosophies and cultures. They infuse debates on topics like abortion, human rights and professional conducts. So approaches. What are the approaches to ethics? Now here Philosophers nowadays tend to divide ethical theories into three areas: mathematics, normative, and applied. So here metaethics is nothing but which deals with the nature of moral judgment. It looks at the origins and meaning of ethical principles. So that is called as metaethics. Next one is normative ethics. What is it? It is concerned with the content of moral judgments and criteria for what right or wrong. Applied ethics. So it looks at controversial topics like war, animal rights, and capital punishment. So these are three approaches of ethics, that is metaethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics. Next, uses of ethics. If ethical theories are to be useful in practice, they need to affect the way human beings behave. Some philosophers think that ethics does do this. They argue that if a person realizes that it would be morally good to do something, then it would be irrational for that person not to do it. But human beings often behave irrationally. They follow their gut instinct even when heard or suggest a different courses of action. However, ethics does provide good tools for thinking about moral issues. So here we can say, every time ethics does not give right answers. Ethics does not always show the right answers to moral problems. Indeed, more and more people think that for many ethical issues there isn't a single right answer, just a set of principles that can be applied particular cases to give those involved some clear choices. And here some philosophers go further and say that all ethics can do is eliminate confusion and clarify the issues. After that, it up to each individual to come to their own conclusions. Ethics and morality. Now, many people use the word ethics and morality interchangingly. However, there is a difference between ethics and morals. To put in this simple terms, ethics is equal to moral plus reasoning. So to have an ethical viewpoint, you should be able to give some reasons for it. Yes, ethics is morally philosophy. And philosophy is all about what? Reasoning. So for example, you might feel that it is morally wrong to steal. But if you have an ethical viewpoint on it, it should be based on some sets of argument and analysis about why it would be wrong to steal. So to be moral is all about adhering to what is described, that is by society or religion. But to be ethical, you should figure out what is right by applying some principles and considering all the complexities involved. Clearly, the ethical life is the harder path. So that is why in economics also we use this ethics. For the development, we have to use the values. We should have some values, some ethics. Otherwise, we cannot think about the development. Thank you.